Steam curls from your mug as you stand in a quiet kitchen. A small paper bag dips in hot water, a metal box hums in the corner, a card slides once across a machine, and your day unlocks without a thought. Most mornings feel like this. You reach for tools and treats so common they almost vanish. They feel global, ownerless, part of some vague modern life. You never stop to question, when did you last actually notice any of them? Hidden maps sit inside those habits. Towns along the Rhine, crowded workshops in Berlin, silent labs in Bavaria shaped pieces of your normal day long before you touched them. Thesis: hidden behind 10 small, familiar objects is a German story that rewires how you see your daily life forever. Once you see that story, German stops meaning only cars, beer, and old castles. It turns into a quiet force that built your snacks, your parties, your music, your health, even how you pay. The things you barely notice start to carry faces, dates, and choices. Soon we will walk through 10 of those things, from soft crumbs on your plate to tools for your money. The last one hides as a thin plastic card in your wallet, with a tiny chip that locks your identity and opens doors. When you learn where that came from, the whole picture of Germany's place in your life shifts. Before that thin card in your wallet, start with something warm in your hands. You curl your fingers around a mug, watch a small bag sink and rise, and never think about its shape at all. In your kitchen, the tea bag looks simple, a paper pillow on a string, nothing more. Yet the double-chamber tea bag, the kind that lets water move through two slim pockets, came from German minds. After the war, in 1949, engineer Adolf Rambold worked for the tea firm Tecan in southern Germany. He designed a machine that folded paper into two linked chambers, so hot water could swirl better around the leaves. More flavor, less waste, the same tiny bag. Today, most bag tea still follows that twin pocket idea, even if you never see the mechanics. Each dip in your cup hides a quiet German blueprint, and the next thing on your plate does the same in your oven. Across your recipes, baking powder feels like air in a box. You scoop it, stir it into batter, and wait for soft cakes to rise. However, the path from heavy bread to fluffy slices ran straight through a German pharmacy. In 1891, in the town of Bielefeld, a young chemist named August Oetker packed exact doses of baking powder into small paper packets. He tested and retested, so one packet matched one standard batch of flour. No guessing, no failed loaves, just quick, light cakes for busy homes. His product, sold as Backen, spread across German shops, then across borders. The brand name Oetker still sits on shelves worldwide. Every time dough lifts in your oven thanks to a tidy packet, you are using a German shortcut, and food is only the first layer of this hidden map. These first two kitchen tricks already bend what German means in your daily life, from breakfast mug to birthday cake. But the pull of Germany does not stop at food. It wraps around the biggest family moments on your calendar. Holiday memories probably look bright and simple in your mind. Colored eggs in wet grass, chocolate fingers, kids racing across a yard or living room floor, but almost none of that started as a cute children's game. During Easter, you might think that egg hunts and a rabbit that brings sweets came from some vague children's story. Yet in German towns, that rabbit had a home address. In the 1600s, along the Rhine in places like the Palatinate, Protestant families told children about an Osterhase, an Easter hare that judged good behavior and left eggs. Bakers there shaped sweet dough into rabbits, and farmers dyed real eggs with onion skins. German migrants later carried this odd mix of animal and egg to other lands, where chocolate makers loved the idea. Now, every time you hide a foil-wrapped bunny or fill a plastic basket, you repeat a German spring story, even if the word Osterhase never crosses your lips. And when winter comes, another scene in your house carries the same hidden German code, wrapped in needles, glass, and light. Under winter lights, your living room turns into a stage. A green tree stands in the corner, glass balls shine, maybe an old paper star still hangs from your childhood. However, the habit of dragging an evergreen indoors and dressing it with light came through German homes first. In the 1500s, in cities like Freiburg and Strasbourg, guilds set up fir trees in public squares and hung apples, nuts, and paper roses on the branches. By the 1800s, German families brought smaller trees into their living rooms, adding candles clipped to the twigs. Queen Victoria's German-born husband, Prince Albert, helped spread that image abroad when an illustration showed their family around a lit tree. String lights later made the custom safer, but the frame stayed German. So when you untangle wire and lift a box tree from storage, you're stepping onto a set built on distant German streets. And when the holidays end, which quiet tool takes over and keeps the rest of your year from sliding into chaos?